Chris Thompson, assistant men's basketball coach here at NYU. NYU, there's so many reasons why you want to come to an institution like NYU. First and foremost, the brand of NYU, and you are at the top tier institution in Division III. And so that's something that I really wanted to work with that elite level type of student and that elite level type of student athlete. Also, Dave Klatsky here, Coach Klatsky, he's a basketball savant, and I have more growth to do in my coaching world. And so learning from him and learning the type of, not just coach he is, but the type of person he is, made me really want to work for a guy like that and have success with him. Absolutely. One of the jokes I've actually started to say is I'm the least likable guy on staff. Coach Klatsky, he's an incredible person. I did know him a little bit going into this, and so I wouldn't have taken the leap of faith without knowing what he provides. And he's a family man. He's got kids, and so he wants to take care of this program like it's his family. Coach Mo Carney, he's been now at Cortland for 11 years, and he's been really successful. And I think the reason that he's been successful, and from what I've gotten to know, is because he's a relationships first guy, and you've been able to recognize that within the first few weeks here with guys on campus. And Ethan Feldman, he knows NYU from the back of his hand, front of his hand, however you want to say it. And so he, on top of having that NYU experience, also shows a lot of prioritization in these players and their experience here, because he wants them to have not just an equitable experience of what he had here at NYU, but a better experience, both on the court, off the court, in the win-loss column, and he really, truly feels like we can do that with our staff and with these group of players. Yeah, it's so exciting. Right now, I just said to our group as we were talking, as they're preparing for Media Day, there's a lot of nervous energy out there, and you have that nervous energy, number one, when you care about something, and number two, when you know there's a lot of potential, and there's a lot of potential both with our talent and the people and what we can do here at NYU. So I think our goal is to set the foundation to recognize what can we do to enhance the student-athlete experience, and when they feel that value that we're going to provide for them, person to person and team to the whole department, they're going to feel like they represent more than themselves as basketball players. They're going to represent NYU, and they're going to represent the uniforms that NYU has provided them, the new facility that will open up in the second semester, and all of those things are going to be really valuable. So when they leave here, they're going to be really excited about the 2, 3, 4 years they played for NYU, and hopefully with us, and we'll have those long-lasting relationships until they become alumni. I think we're in a really unique situation because we have so much talent, but we also recognize that while we score the ball defensively, we're going to need to take steps forward in that direction to compete at the regional and national level, which is really what we want to do. I think that we have individuals, and I mentioned about it with our coaching staff, that have played or coached at winning programs, and I think some of the fact of adding those graduate transfers, Spencer Friedman from Harvard and Michael Severino from Duke, they have backgrounds as within winning programs and have showed to be winning players early on, and so that ability is going to help us take jumps and moving guys, even young freshmen. Quinn Clark played at Gonzaga High School, and that's one of a perennial powerhouse down in the Maryland DMV area per se. And then returners, Zay Freeney obviously can score the ball, and he's electric and really can fill the bucket up, and I think that's exciting, and I think the NYU fans are really going to like watching him do that. And then everybody else, we have a lot of returners coming back that are just a year older, a year more mature, and have a year more experience to be better on the floor in the consistency aspect. And if you look at that, we want to find where our consistency lies. And so you can find the Jacob Sussmans, the Ephraim Reeds, the Hayden Peaks, and you can go down the line, Sinke Stevens. A lot of them have the ability to be consistent, and that will help really define our team. General goals, growth and progress. In every element of the imagination, the off the court, we've continued to talk about. The on the court is, let's show statistically, analytically, and with feeling of how we can get better. We want to have emotional investment in 25 games from player 1 through 16. We want to have great energy on the bench. We want to have electricity on the court, and that will turn into wins, which is ultimately what we want to see in the win-loss column. It doesn't mean that that's our ultimate goal, but that's going to be where we want to see some of those developments. And I think truly this group can do that. It's going to be as basic as Coach Klatsky's one rule, and his one rule is do the right thing. And so if you do the right thing, that will be such a strong element to build that foundation off. And walking into this group, our group has the desire to do the right thing, and they're also a really close-knit group. Initially, you see it, but once they moved on campus, you recognize not just these 16 guys just like to text each other. They're always around, and when you pass them on the streets, when you're on 3rd Ave, you're passing 4 of them. When you're seeing them in the Palladium, there's 6 of them working out, and that is a really great start that they've provided in the foundation for us to continue to move forward with.